What's going on, Cancer? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for January 2024. So in this reading, Cancer, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more for you regarding the new year, the first month, January 2024. But before we begin this reading, Cancer, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance, Cancer, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, Cancer, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here. But without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what's coming your way for January 2024, Cancer. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Cancer. Let's see what we got here for you, Cancer. I'm not calling you sir. The first thing coming through, Cancer, is stop trying to get information on a decision that you're trying to make. Feel the fear and do it anyway. First thing coming through. Overload of information. Too much planning. That leads to sadness. Procrastination that leads to sadness seems to be one of your themes, because you're so damn worried about what if this big risky relationship or this big risky career move doesn't work out. I'm just going to sit here and plot it because you know what, January, the year hasn't started yet, so let's just wait and figure it out. Not going to make you happy, just saying. Before we get into the tarot, Cancer, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards, and these oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of for January 2024, Cancer. And the first one you have here is courage. Okay, courage. So what I said from the beginning, feel the fear and do it anyway, Cancer. Okay, so with this courage card, there's something about the power of decision, because I see you going back and forth from this major life decision that you're going to make in January 2024. And this is a card of just bite down, grit your teeth, and just do it. Okay, enter action with boldness, because boldness can always be forgiven. But timidity, being too timid, hiding, being a little bit awkward is not the thing here. So whether this is we're going to figure out what it is for you. For some of you, I sense it's a career move. For some of you, I feel like this is a relationship that seems very attractive, but it's very unknown and risky for you. And what I would advise you, Cancer, is that being bold, taking a risk, is admired and can be forgiven. But being timid and staying in a place of inaction is really going to hurt you here. So even if you take a courageous step forward and you fail, you have to understand that you've really not you haven't lost anything until you tell yourself you have. You never fail until you stop trying. So what I'm saying here is there's some sort of decision that you have to make. And in my study of successful people, you find that successful people in general make decisions very quickly and change them, if at all, very slowly. And it seems like potentially some of you are doing the opposite, right? It's like you're making a decision very slowly, and once you make the decision, there's a potential here that you change it. I don't want to see that happen to you, okay? So the other energy you need here is the new world. the new world, Cancer. So this is definitely about challenging the status quo of what's going on planet Earth right now. And there's a quote popping into my head for you that it's no measure of health. It's no measure of health, Cancer, to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. So there is something here about you taking an action that's going to usher in the new world, but it may involve a lot of differences of opinion. This card is here to remind you, Cancer, that you must view your intelligence as a gift instead of your ego. I feel like you're in a situation right now where you're really, some sort of action that you're planning on taking or some sort of action that you recently took is really challenging the status quo of the normal thing of what's going on planet Earth. But you have to realize that on planet Earth, we're pretty screwed right now. We need people who think differently outside of the box to use their intelligence as a gift instead of viewing it as ego. Because generally, when people call you egoic for trying something new, it's just because you're making them uncomfortable for challenging their position or their status quo, and this is what I feel for you. So challenge the status quo. Your intelligence is not ego, but a gift. So, and this also may have to do with something like, I feel like there's a decision that you also may be afraid of losing, and you have to understand this. Most people live quiet lives of desperation. It's never the person on the sideline who gets to judge you with an actual air of respect and experience. The people who judge you and who are sitting on the couch, who are not doing anything with their life, or who are just, living a quiet life, maintaining the status quo of whatever that, because there could be new traditions that you're implementing into your family, things like taking your kids out of school. What are we going to do with the kid? This is a Cancerian reading, so I must attend to the Cancer. And so don't be afraid to just, you need to lead society is what I feel. But it is coming down to what I get from most of you is a personal decision, not really having to do with the big picture that's going to lead to a big picture change in your life. So don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. The last energy that you need more of is universe. And this card actually is a little bit of a trippy one, Cancer, but it definitely is here to remind you, don't limit yourself to your life on Earth or what is happening on planet Earth, okay? Your true mission is not limited by Earth and its inhabitants. You see, I could be doing a reading or I could be doing something on planet Earth. The masses laughing. Look at this clown. Look at this autistic kid. Look at this idiot reading cards all day. But guess what? The angels are clapping. The aliens are clapping. You don't even realize I have a soul braid with a woman from Sirius, so you're really talking to an alien right now. Sorry. And I know, and this is where I seem crazy, I know, but I know the true meaning of the autistic mystic will probably not be understood until I'm gone. And you see, this is where I'm losing you because you're saying, oh, look at his ego. It's not intelligence, it's ego. And maybe that's a reflection for you to work on that because it's not my ego. It's literally intelligence and what it is. The true meaning of the autistic mystic will not be recognized until I'm gone. And for you too. The reason I'm saying this is for you too. So don't limit your experience to what is happening on Earth. The true meaning... Here's the last quote that I'm going to say, then we're going to get into the reading. The truly enlightened person plants the seeds that they know they may never receive the fruit of. You're planting a seed in your life. You're making a change to society, a new world, courageously. Don't limit your experience to what people on Earth are judging you about. You got angels. Why is everyone on demon time when your angels gonna ride for real? Shout out to Free Soul. See, he's doing all this, okay? In a good way. So, shout out. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. Your opportunity, Cancer, for January is the Page of Cups. Okay, the Page of Cups is someone who is a little bit of a mystery, a little bit ambiguous. You can call it a little bit of a dandy energy. This is an opportunity it's coming through as for you to realize that you are actually a mystery unto yourself. Do you really know what's going to make you happy? Do you really know, Cancer? I don't think so. So this is definitely a youthful energy in your opportunity. And you know what they say the secret to enlightenment is, right? Is to view the world through the eyes of a newborn baby. Everything is fresh. The Page of Cups, they can be a little bit gullible. The Page of Cups can be someone who's a little bit disillusioned, who's a little bit, they see everything through rose-colored glasses. It's like this innocent. So what I want you to do in your opportunity is to return to your innocence And what does planet Earth do? It tries to corrupt this innocence. So basically what I'm trying to say in this reading for you is you need to be in the world, but not of the world. Okay, Cancer? And I know it's difficult for you because you're Cancer. You know, you're very human in some sort of way, but you got all these other aspects that are not. So Page of Cups, I don't know. There also could be, for some of you, you could be dating someone, or there could be a love opportunity with someone younger than you. Especially for the Cancerian ladies out there. I don't know if this person is immature, but for a lot of the ladies out there, Cancer, that are single, what I'm getting is that there's someone here who's younger than you in love that may be an opportunity. But there could be something around it that you're just like, this is not going to work because they don't have money, they're too immature, they're too this, they're too that. Careful with that. Now, if you have children, this could also be an opportunity to really focus on your children, Cancer, in January 2024, and initiate them into a new world, initiate them into things beyond the mainstream, things going on. Your challenge is the 7 of Cups. And here's the thing as well, because there's some sort of major decision that it seems like you're not making, and you're going to be sad if you just kind of wait in an option. The Page of Cups doesn't really care if they lose or win. That was fun. I learned from experience, haha. And the Page of Cups is like, you could say, I'm not going to go there with Cancer, sorry. All right, but you know what, Cancer, your water signs are first this year, so there's no more waiting. Oh, air signs, earth signs, you're first this year, so just bear with me. I'm sorry, I'm going to drop my attitude right now. But your challenge is the 7 of Cups. And, this is about sorting through illusion. I feel like there's a little bit of overthinking, and your emotions could really be getting in the way of a choice that you have to make. What if it doesn't work out with me and this person? What if this, because you're definitely contemplating a risk here. But what I'm here to tell you is that you can spend all the time you want trying to get information on this person, on this new job opportunity, on whatever the prevalent thing is that you need courage to bite down, instead of, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Just do it. Stop overthinking it, Cancer. Because what this reading is about is that, I'm going to wait. Let's go to your overall general energy. Your overall general energy for January 2024 is the 2 of Wands, which has to do with a choice. You're at a fork in the road. You're going to have to go this way, or you're going to have to go this way. You can't remain the same of just this inaction. You're going to have to choose, nope, I'm not going to do this, or you're going to have to choose, yes, I am going to do this. But if you remain in a suspended state where you don't make a decision, yes or no, black, white, yin, yang, yes, no, and you remain in a gray area, not the month to remain in a gray area. There's many readings that I do, Cancer, where I'm like, yo, it's not so black and white. It's not yes or no. You're faced with a decision, with a relationship that could be younger than you for some of the ladies, dealing with children. How am I going to raise my children? Am I going to take them out of school this year? Or whatever, career, yes, no, black, white, yin, yang. Don't be in the gray area, okay? You have the 2 of Wands, you have the 5 of Cups, and you also have the Knight of Wands here. So I feel like there's almost like I feel like you're entering into a situation where you truly know there could be a real high probability of failure, but the universe is calling you to do it anyway. And so this is what it could be about. Cancer is very psychic energy. There could be an experience of growth, expansion, learning, fun, excitement that you just intuitively know may actually lead to pain. But what if that pain is not actually negative? Right? What if what humans go, oh, did you see Cancer's relationship? They failed. Did you see they put their kids in this school? They took them out of this school and they failed. Listen, don't listen to the earthlings talking about good, failure and success. Because true failure and success, can only happen on the coattail of failures. For my life, I've literally been a failure, and I just keep doing it forward. Right, and I still have to work on this too, so I'm not above you. But what I'm trying to say, Cancer, is this is what I'm really getting in my intuition. If you do not make a decision, you're going to be very sad. Now, whatever expansion, growth you're going to have to do, it involves fear and a potential for failure, but the failure is not really a failure. There's a higher order to good and bad. If you really look back on your life and you say, what are the worst things that happened to me? If you can look at it from a higher perspective, you'll realize they are the best things that ever happened to you because it expands your consciousness. And you have this courage card, right? So this is not going to be an easy decision. You could feel like you're stuck in a rock and a hard place. Pick your poison. But I would kind of, with this reading, take a risk is what I'm saying. Now, here's what you don't see coming. In what you don't see coming, you have the Page of Swords, you have the Hanged Man, and you have the Moon. So, instead of being in the, the Page of Swords in reverse for me is about being too in the intellectual mind, getting more information. It's the stalker. You could be trying to really peep whoever this love prospect is. Could be with a water sign, doesn't have to be. But for a lot of you, I feel like you're dealing with a younger person. Could be reversed for some of you. But there is definitely a new love on the horizon, especially for you single people out there. But there could be a lack of money, or there could be something about, like, you got to struggle together. I don't know. But here's the thing. With this being in what you don't see coming, Cancer, you're going to surrender to a decision to walk into the unknown, even if it's scary. Okay, and what you don't see coming, I feel like if you do spend too much time into the intellectual mind, let's try to, run me in this person's synastry chart. Let's try to research their history. Like, let's try to figure this person out. I feel like there's a risk you need to take into the unknown, to the universe. Okay, so I don't know. We're gonna have to clarify this in a minute. But something about your subconscious mind could also be revealed to you in a spiritual way rather than an intellectual way. Okay? So let's go ahead and, because, yeah, it's funny. Alright, let's go to your advice, right? Your advice, Cancer, for January 2024 is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles here. Okay, so first of all, Knight of Pentacles in reverse in your advice. If you decide to go slow, if you try to take a measured approach, if you try to act on grounded, what are the earthlings? What does my business mentor say? I'm going to have to cut that out. Screw you, I just said a bad word. Don't try to play it safe here. You need to follow your inspiration. Take a risk. Take a chance, kid. Okay? And then you also have the risk, though. There's definitely, you have the Five of Pentacles in your advice. I do feel like for some of you ladies out there, there's someone here who you feel like there's a lot of potential. You feel like it's a soul connection, but they just don't got no bread. They just broke. So I don't know. Maybe there's an issue of, there also could be an issue of a long distance relationship that's really hurting you. Whether this is a recent breakup you went through or this is a new prospect. For a lot of you Cancer ladies out there, whoever you are, I feel like there is something here in your overall general energy for January 2024. It's almost like you're tripping over this long-term thing. Some of you, this is not going to be the case. But I have to say, for some of you, there's someone at a distance, and you're tripping over them, but then you're tripping over it, and you're like, well, I don't even know I'm tripping. No, you're tripping for a reason. There's a soul contract. But you have to have courage for this one. So, also, with this being here, in your advice here, I feel like if you, once again, especially with this universe card, I got here not through logic. The reason why you're listening to me, it's not a logical thing. I followed my passion. I was like, blah, blah, I know the humans are going to judge me, but the angels are going to clap for me. The angels are going to clap for me. And then eventually, the humans start clapping too. But I know that most of you watching this aren't human. And that offends some of you. And then you're like, look at his ego. He thinks he's not a human. And I'm like, if you only knew what was really happening in this universe. So, with that being said, let's start clarifying this energy. Now, some of you as well, I don't know, if you're already married or you're in a relationship, there could be issues around children. And for a lot of you, there could be for some of you Cancers out there, it's you want to have a kid, but then it's I don't have the money, or where's the money? There could be stress around money and children. And if there is stress for some of you around parenthood, money, children, whether this is future pacing or happening right now, I do get this message of any sort of experience that your children are going to have to go through when it comes to lack of money, lack of funds, just being in this matrix, you having to navigate it, not being enough time around them, whatever it is, they probably need it more. Okay? In general, you need a rough, I just feel like if you are dealing with children, don't be afraid to send them into some sort of rough experience, because it's probably what they need from a higher level. If you try to shelter them, they're going to become a little a-hole. I didn't get the PS5! Do you want that? No, you don't want that. So, and, yeah, I feel like, okay, let's just clarify the Page of Cups, because, why is the Page of Cups here for you, Cancer, in your opportunity? In your opportunity, some of you may be, some of you may be dealing with, I just lost some of you with Venus conjunct Neptune. He wiped his nose on his sleeve. How dare he? Ugh, I'm appalled. Get over it. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, let's see why the Page of Cups is here in your opportunity. I do feel like this is connected to love for most of you, especially the single ones. Why is the Page of Cups here in your opportunity for January 2024? Empress, Ace of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a love situation here where someone's not ready. There's something separating you, whether it be maturity, money, development. There could be a situation for a lot of you ladies out there who you want to be with some guy or a girl or whatever it is, and or whoever. But there's something about, like, if you're going to commit to the person right now, like, you're hoping for them to develop. And usually, like, literally 99% of the time, I'd say that's a horrible idea. For you, right now, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of, it might help you to believe in someone's potential here in love. But it's a risk, for sure. But once again, what's going to make you even more sad is missing the opportunity and never knowing. Because I do think there's something here in a love situation, no matter what it is, whether this person is younger, whatever issue is separating you here, immaturity, lack of clarity, there's something you're meant to learn from this relationship. So let's see why the Page of Cups is your opportunity for real. Knight of Pentacles again, slow energy. Some of you, in your opportunity, I do feel like there's someone coming in who's going to really make up for any sort of lack of love that you've been experiencing. The Justice card to the 3 of Swords. I feel like someone is going to come in and heal your heart. Now, for some of you, this may just have to do with your own self and really making a commitment to better yourself, doing something risky, doing something a little bit. You may not make it out on the other side, but you know what? None of us are going to make it out of this life alive, unless you're like a billionaire who thinks you're going to live forever, which is hilarious, because I'll just die and then incarnate into some sort of angel and come in, excuse me, I'm going to have to cut that out again, and then come in and destroy your technology. So, you know, these people who think they're going to live forever, I mean, I got like 10 incarnations that can mess you up. But, you see, no one will acknowledge this. All right, except you, hopefully. Let's clarify what the 7 of Cups is here in your challenge. Why is the 7 of Cups your challenge, Cancer? Seven of Cups is clarified by the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and also the 5 of Swords here. So yeah, I feel like there's definitely a big decision about where you're going to commit your energy in terms of teamwork and the people that you're around here. In your challenge, you know, there really could be a feeling of like sabotage here. The 5 of Swords is usually a nasty energy in your challenge. So there could be someone who's judging you or has a very negative opinion about what you're doing with your time, who you choose to spend your time with, you know, teamwork, collaboration, what you're learning, things with family life as well. The 4 of Wands has to do with soul family, a rite of passage. There may be a rite of passage that you need to go through that either you just know it's going to suck or someone is judging you. But I'm going to be honest here. The whole frequency of this reading is you needing to go to initiate yourself into a new career, to start the year, take a risk for a new relationship. And I don't know if it's going to go totally smooth, but you know what I think is going to be worse for you? If you just sit here and play it safe and live a quiet life of desperation where you take no risk and you have massive regrets. I think that's going to be worse for you. So I am kind of sending you into the, I feel like I'm like, you know, I'm just getting a visual of like us at like a Spanish like bull thing where like you send someone into the ring and they have to like run away from the bull. I'm like, hey kid, I know it's your first time, but guess what? I just got a feeling you'll be okay. You'll be great. You'll be a star. Go ahead. And then you just go and you dance. Maybe you get a little penetrated by the bull, but then, you know, I'm here and I'm like, oh, here, kid, I'll give you 50 grand for the hospital bill. Okay. So maybe the universe gives you 50 grand or the universe has your back in a way that humans won't understand, and then people are like, why did you do that? Why did you just go get hurt? And you're like, hey, you don't understand, but the universe has my back, and then you have a spontaneous remission. Dr. Joe Dispenza. All right. Let's clarify why the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is in your advice? Because why is it saying don't go slow? Yeah. Money move, go quick. Why is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here? You're taking your time, but not for the right reason. I know patience is your skill, but I'm here to wake you up. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and also the Six of Cups. I feel like there's some sort of trauma about competition with people. I feel like this is a memory coming up that's really making you go slow. Maybe you're about to enter into a new job, a new relationship, a new competition, bull thing, and you're just like, ah, yeah, I remember I got my ass beat. Or like, oh, yeah, I remember that breakup went real bad. Oh, yeah, I remember when I tried to start the career and it didn't work, and these people. And like, there's something about like competition that you're scared of. But remember, you got to grit down your teeth and remember that at the end of the day, the number one sign that murders people, that is a killer, is Cancer. So what are you afraid of? A Scorpio? An Aries? Child's play. So I'm pretty much the only one that will ever motivate you by telling you that Cancer is the number one murderous sign in the zodiac. So go kill it.